Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Back Battles. The first episode of Moon Series got so much support. Thank you all for the support for the first episode. And let's continue on with this team. If you haven't seen the first episode though of Moon Series, I highly recommend go check it out. Lugia was able to put in a ton of work, and we're going to continue using this Lugia team once again. And if you do want to try out the Lugia team, it's down below in the description. And we are going to be doing the like goal for Moon Series as well, where if we hit 175 likes for each of the videos that we use this team, within 2 weeks of the final episode being uploaded, we will have a rental code for this team on the global link. So if you do want to use this team and you do enjoy the videos, or you just want to support the video or me in general, feel free to hit that like button. As we got our first opponent at 1732 rated player from Japan with a interesting team, huh? This is really cool. Groudon, Xerneas, Klefki, a Tapu Fini, Landis and Tornadus, however you want to pronounce it, Incarnate. So really interesting one. We don't really see Tornadus on Groudon teams. You usually see it on Kyogre teams. So this is really interesting as well. Most likely can't run Hurricane either, so that's interesting. Also, the Klefki is standing out the Landisfarine, which gets a new tech with Ground Name Z in the Moon series, so it's a lot more useful than it was earlier. Wondering exactly what do I want to go here. I really like Lugia, Kyogre, Incineroar. Do I want Gengar? Gengar's alright. It's not the best Pokemon. I wouldn't mind it though. But I think I like Amoonguss a lot more. I think I'm going to lead Lugia plus... I'm thinking Incineroar. I think Incineroar is just super solid here in general. Yeah, I like Incineroar as a lead with Amoonguss plus Kyogre in the back. Because Incineroar I could just pivot out with a slow U-turn and maybe get Kyogre in, for instance, which is why I like the Incineroar lead. Intimidate is also pretty good against a lot of my opponent's team, which is why I think that the Incineroar is pretty good as a lead here. I like Amoonguss here because it can damage the Groudon and spore one of my opponent's Pokemon potentially if there's no Tapu Fini being brought here. I'm gonna see Klefki Groudon lead, huh? Okay. Interesting lead. We will lead our Lugia plus the Incineroar. Oh, wait, is it Self Swagger? You have Tapu Fini, so you could Self Swagger with your Groudon. Okay. I wanted the Tornadus also might carry Swagger as well. My opponent does have two Prankster Mons. We will get Intimidate off. We could probably just fake out the Klefki and go for a Z-Tailwind right here and get a boost up. I'd also just U-turn out into my Kyogre potentially. I am a bit worried about like if it's a Thunder Wave from this Klefki, so I might just want to go straight for the Flare Blitz. I could go straight for the Flare Blitz, potentially knock out the Klefki, which does seem pretty good because the only way Groudon can knock me out is with a Z move or through a Choice Band or maybe a high roll from Life Orb. So we will go for Z-Tailwind here, and I think I'd rather get rid of the Klefki. I think Klefki is a big annoyance to my team. If it has Thunder Wave, switcheroo. Okay, so it tried to swap an item. It looked like it went to Lugia because it does fail because I do carry the Z move on the Lugia. I wonder if that means the Klefki has something really interesting as an item. Maybe like a Lagging Tail, for instance. But yeah, definitely an interesting decision. We're just going to see the Precipice Blades come out. So, unless it's Choice Banded or Life Orb, shouldn't knock out my Incineroar, and yeah, like, not even close, as we are able to get a Flare Blitz off into Klefki. Now, I really doubt my opponent was trying to trade me a Focus Sash, and this is Sun Boosted Flare Blitz, so it should knock out the Klefki here, as it does, so we are able to knock out the Klefki immediately. Nice, so that was probably one of the best turns I could have asked for, as we do get rid of the Klefki, which means I'm one step closer to winning the Weather War, because once Kyogre comes in, just throws off Water Spouts, and my opponent can't really do much about it. I also had the speed control with the Tailwind setup from my Lugia, so yeah, we're going to see the Xerneas come out, which is fine. I do have a crit Aeroblast coming that Xerneas' way if I really want it, and I don't mind if Incineroar goes down and it just gives me a free switch into Kyogre and I get to click Water Spout. So I think I'm just going to double up the Xerneas slot. I don't have to target the Groudon because I do have, again, that Kyogre in the back with the Water Spout pressure. And yeah, I'd rather just get the chip damage onto Xerneas to where it puts it in range of another critical hit Aeroblast, and my opponent doesn't protect either, just all out Tailwind turns. So yeah, just able to get a lot of damage in Xerneas. Unfortunately, you know, Lugia not exactly the highest special attacks in the world, so Xerneas still takes that pretty well. But even then, like, this Sun Boosted Flare Blitz should finish it off, which it does, so Xerneas does go down here. And now, that's 2 Pokemon I just got the knockout on, as we are going to see the Precipice Blaze once again. Does come out of my Incineroar, but I have won the Weather War. Kyogre gets to come in freely. He has to click Water Spout against my opponent's team, and there's not really much my opponent can do about it. My opponent gets a critical hit back, but I mean, at that point, it really didn't matter. Incineroar was going to go down regardless, and I can just bring out my Kyogre and click the Water Spout right here. And the only thing that can really survive on my opponent's team is going to be that Tapu Fini, which is going to be revealed here as the final mon. And I don't see a reason actually not to just double up the Tapu Fini right here. The Groudon most likely can't touch the Lugia unless it carries a Rock-type move. And, you know, Groudon can protect. Fini can go for like an Icy Wind, maybe a Swagger or something. So, and I think Finis should go down. And most Finis don't actually carry Protect in this format. So I might as well just go for the knockout on a Fini, as the match is just going to be forfeit, because I think my opponent realizes that there's really little hope of winning this game. I still have Tailwind. Lugia was super hard for my opponent to handle. Yeah, it would have been really tough for my opponent. So we are able to win the first one in a really quick fashion. Just Lugia with Tailwind. Lugia with Tailwind, I was just able to get a knockout. My opponent switcherooed. I really wonder what the Klefki's item was. I'm guessing it would be a Lagging Tail. I think that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, because I'm down against a choice item on the Klefki. I think it'd be an Iron Ball. Maybe my opponent was trying to pass an Iron Ball. Who knows? I'm thinking like the 2 items it would be Lagging Tail, Iron Ball. And if anyone doesn't know, the Lagging Tail basically, if I remember how it works, Lagging Tail what it does is basically makes you move last. It gives you the last. It makes you move last on your priority. So basically, let's say we were under Trick Room, Lugia would be the slowest thing no matter what still. And even if we were outside of Trick Room and there was a mon and Lugia outsped like a Stakataka for instance, Lugia is going to underspeed the Stakataka regardless. We're going to find the Xerneas. Oh, we find the Xerneas Lunala matchup, which is actually pretty good because my Gengar is here for that specific team. So yeah, we can finally bring Gengar into a matchup, which is really helpful here. I like Gengar a lot. I like Incineroar actually a lot. I like Gengar and Incineroar. I don't like Lugia too much in this matchup, but that's actually kind of useful. I'm just thinking. I like Gengar. I like Incineroar as a lead. I think my opponent has to bring the Toxicroak. The problem is I don't like how much damage I'm going to be doing to Toxicroak, because I'm thinking going Kyogre to help patch up the Incineroar problem. And I think I bring Amoonguss in the back. I'm not even sure my opponent will bring Incineroar, but I feel like you would, just because the Gengar is such a big threat to my side. There was also a potential of me leading Gengar Kyogre, which in retrospect I think an Incineroar lead does make a lot of sense here, so maybe it was better just to go my Incineroar lead here. But we'll find out what my opponent decides to lead, as it's going to be Lunala Smeargle, which is perfect for me. My Gengar matchup is pretty good here, as we will lead our Gengar plus Incineroar. And yeah, not a bad turn, I guess. I would be okay, so I could lose my Focus Sash here. I think there's nothing I can really do about that. I don't want to take a Lovely Kiss specifically. I can see Fake Out coming out. I don't think there's not much I could do to stop that. I could see a Lovely Kiss protect from the Lunala as well. I think I'm just going to taunt the Smeargle and go for a Snarl. Even if there's a Fake Out, I mean, I don't lose too much. As, yeah, I think we're going to see that either the double protect is Scout or it's going to be that taunt. So we are going to see the Fake Out come out. Fake Out protect? What? Okay. Not the option I was thinking of, but that works. As we will get the Moody coming out from the Smeargle. As, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm in a really good spot regardless here. I can go for a Shadow Ball into the Lunala and just go for a Snarl right here, I think. Or I could switch out Gengar and preserve the Sash if I really want to, because breaking the... I feel like you go Instant here, and you probably just attack. If that's the case, yeah, I'd rather get a Shadow Ball off and Snarl. 100%. 100%. We are going to see Smeargle retreat, I think, Incineroar or Toxicroak. Or Crobat. I'm actually surprised a Crobat came out of all Pokemon. We will be able to get a Shadow Ball off into the Lunala, so that is decent amount of damage, I guess, as Moongeist Beam is going to come out from the Lunala. And it is probably going to target on my Gengar, you would assume. Yep. Will bring me down to my Focus Sash, but right here, what's nice is I am going to be able to get a Snarl off. I don't know if this finishes off the Lunala. Probably not. Probably just hangs on by a sliver. Oh, but it does knock out the Lunala, which is actually pretty huge, so I am able to get rid of Lunala. If it's not Xerneas in the back, I'd be really scared for my opponent right here, but yeah. We're in a pretty good spot regardless right here. We should see the Xerneas come out. Yep, Xerneas does come out. If you're my opponent, you either have Brave Bird. You should always Tailwind Protect here. I think you should always Tailwind Protect, because if I Taunt or Sludge Bomb your Xerneas, you're in a lot of trouble. So, going based on that read. Also, if I get rid of the Crobat, I'm actually in a really good spot too. So I'm just going to Icy Wind Flare Blitz the Crobat. Yeah, because I think you have to protect Xerneas. You can't afford damage on the Xerneas because it's your only offensive mon. Like, Crobat most likely only has Super Fang as a move on this team. So really, you're just not going to be able to do anything. We will be able to get an Icy Wind off into the Crobat, which will be able to do a good amount of damage. Okay. And we will go for the Flare Blitz. I feel like this should knock out the Crobat. If it doesn't, I'm in it's a bit of an interesting spot. Okay, it's a bit of an interesting spot, but I don't feel like it's too bad. I feel like you should always Gleam here. I think Super Fang Gleam makes a lot of sense here. I'm gonna go Amoonguss here and just go for the Snarl, I think. Yeah. Makes the most sense to me. We're gonna see the Crobat actually retreat though. Huh. Into the Smeargle. Okay. That's an interesting decision, but I mean, I'll take it. I am going to retreat my Gengar into Amoonguss. I feel like we're going to see Geomancy now. But it's just Dazzling Gleam, so I'll definitely take that. Okay. I get to break the Sash on Smeargle, and I get to lower the special attack on the Xerneas, which is really nice. So yeah, this is looking to be pretty good turn so far. We probably will see a Fake Out, but even then, the Xerneas is at -1 special attack right now. So if it Geomancies, is only going to be a +1, which isn't nearly as threatening, which is really nice. Don't see a reason not to just go for the Spore on a Smeargle and Snarl. Realistically, my opponent doesn't have a way to touch my Amoonguss other than the Crobat in the back, and yeah, the match is actually going to be forfeit because I think my opponent realizes that you can't really touch my Amoonguss, especially with my Snarl option from the Incineroar. The Xerneas is not doing any damage even after Super Fang, and then I just get the Spore, Clear Smog, and that would be the game because like Xerneas can't do anything afterward. So yeah, I think my opponent realizes that like Lunala, well, after losing Lunala, there was very little hope, and yeah, I'm actually really surprised. I didn't expect the Crobat to come out, and I didn't expect no Incineroar either. I thought at least one of them would come into the game, but that's not the case. So we were able to pick up our second win really fast, actually. This team, I don't know, it's not exactly the fastest pace, but Gengar just putting in a ton of work. Gengar definitely doing a ton of work there. I'm still interested about the Fake Out Protect play. I guess because my opponent thought I was just going to Taunt or Sludge Bomb into the... Okay, so I think what the Fake Out Protect play from my opponent was you expected me to Taunt or maybe a Z move, or maybe just go for a regular Sludge Bomb into the Xerneas, and expected like maybe Incineroar to Fake Out as well. So what you try to do is you try to save Smeargle Sash, and then next turn you can just follow me Geomancy. But even then, like, what would happen if I had Haze on the Gengar? Which I don't, but I used to run Haze Gengar actually in Sun Series, but I feel like that would just make you lose the game. But I guess maybe my opponent was already worried. I mean, Gengar is super tough for that team to deal with in general, just because like you can't go for Fake Out, so you can't rotate your Fake Out. Taunt is really nice against that team. Fast Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, which is really good. As we got our next opponent from Mexico, 1439 rating. But got to keep our guard up as running double weather actually. Incineroar, the Tapu Fini, Kyogre, Serena, Venusaur, and Groudon. So it's an interesting team composition. Double grass, double water. not double fire, but if it was Primal Groudon, it would be double fire. Okay. Lugia does fantastic here. Lugia absolutely does fantastic here against my opponent's team. I actually like just Incineroar Amoonguss lead, because the only thing I'm really scared of is like Kyogre Serena lead. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna go Lugia plus Amoonguss right here, just to cover for that option. Do I really need Incineroar in this matchup, or do I want Tapu Koko? Because Tapu Koko doesn't really do too much. I don't really like Tapu Koko in this matchup, yeah. I'd rather have Incineroar because Intimidate's really nice. Also, it's really good against the grass types, which at least one of them will be brought against me, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see how this goes. I feel like my matchup's pretty solid against my opponent's team. Lugia does some decent work against my opponent's team. I assume it's Choice Scarf Kyogre based on the Serena. I wonder where the Z move is specifically, because I'm guessing it's on either one of the restricteds, probably the Groudon or the Venusaur. That's what I would imagine from this team. We'll lead our Groudon plus our Lugia here against the Kyogre Serena, which is the lead that my opponent did decide to bring. And Faint Water Spout won't knock out my Lugia. Grizzle's gonna activate. Man, this is like the one thing about not having Pressure Lugia. You can't figure out the speed tiers. But that's fine. I'm gonna go for the Z-Tailwind right here with my Lugia and get the speed buffs. And I feel like I'd rather get more out of damaging the Kyogre and putting it in range of Water Spout or anything else immediately. We're actually going to see the Helping Hand come out from the Serena, which is completely fine because you're not knocking any of my Pokemon out. Actually goes for the Thunder in the Lugia. That's definitely not going to knock me after Multiscale, and Amoonguss gonna stay health. Wow, that did nothing. And we don't get paired. Nice. Okay, so we do get a Z-Tailwind up. Did you see that Thunder? That Thunder didn't even do half. Also, we confirmed this Choice Scarf on the Kyogre. We will get our Z-Tailwind up, and we are able to get a Grass Knot and chip away at this Kyogre. That puts it in range of Water Spout, which is really nice. So, doing a good amount of damage. And since Lugia is actually pretty valuable, I think I'm just going to go for the Aeroblast into the Serena and just Rage Powder, because there's not much my opponent can really do to stop that. I could also leave the Serena alone. If I predict a switch from the Serena, I could theoretically go for the Aeroblast in the Kyogre and the Spore in the Serena, which wouldn't be a bad option. But I mean, if Kyogre stays in and just locks itself in the Thunder anyway, there's not really like a reason to do it. So, and also like Aeroblast could be a roll. Depending on if this is like a bulky Kyogre or not, because if it's not based on special attack, I'm guessing it might have some bulk, or maybe just Lugia just that bulky. We will get an Aeroblast off. We'll target down to Serena. We'll be able to pick up the knockout. Oh, it's Sash. Yeah. Okay, Sash. Okay. And Thunder going to come out once again into my Amoonguss, which does pretty little and doesn't even get the para, which is nice. And again, go for Aeroblast, go for Rage Powder. I'm not risking you staying in and just thundering. I'd rather let you switch out your Kyogre for free and reset anyway, because it wouldn't be too big of a threat because I get to knock out the following turn regardless. We are going to see the Kyogre retreat. Incineroar potentially? No, it's Groudon actually. So I'm not really that worried about Groudon as a threat to my team. So we're going to see the Drought activate. But again, I'm not really too concerned. We will Rage Powder, but most likely it's not going to matter too much, and we will be able to get the knockout on Serena here. So, interesting to see Focus Sash on the Serena, as we are able to pick up that knockout. And we'll see what my opponent decides to bring in. Maybe the Venusaur, potentially? I mean, I'm still in a very commanding position regardless. So, but it's actually Kyogre coming back in. Okay. So if the Venusaur's in the back, it's not going to get the Chlorophyll boost. I will go for the Aeroblast into the Kyogre, I think. And I don't see a reason not to just Spore the Groudon. If it carries Substitute, I'd rather Grass Knot and just chip it anyway. So, yeah, no switch outs, no protects. Aeroblast going to come out. It is able to knock out the Kyogre. And I didn't have to Rage Power this time because there could have been an Origin Pulse coming my way. And Amoonguss is faster than the Groudon. It looks like it's, well, actually, if it's Min Speed Groudon, oh, it's Roar actually. Okay. Roar's not my Lugia. What's coming in? Hopefully not Incineroar. It's actually my own Kyogre, which benefits me. so that's fine. Tailwind peters out, but I don't think I need the Tailwind anymore, as we'll see Venusaur in the back. Yeah, so what's nice about this is basically I get to click Water Spout into the Venusaur and switch out my Amoonguss here back into my actually no, I want a Water Spout always because I don't want to give my opponent like any room for momentum, so I'd rather just go Lugia here and click Water Spout. I guess if it's Timid Venusaur, like, I guess this could still be a game. Because it would also be my Kyogre. Let's see if it is, though. It has to be Timid Venusaur before it tells me my Kyogre. As long as I get the damage off, I'm pretty sure I just win here. So we will get a Water Spout off into the Venusaur. Yep, bring it down to the point where I can now go for Aeroblast or Psyshock. We're going to see a Z move come out. It's Poisonium Z actually coming out from the Venusaur. So, is this gonna even knock out my Lugia? If it, I mean, interesting decision. Acid Downpour gonna come out. Will this knock out Lugia? I'm pretty sure Lugia can take this. It's actually an Ogre, huh? Why go for it on Ogre? Maybe trying to cover for if Amoonguss just Rage Powdered, but that doesn't make sense because you ignore Rage Powder regardless. Yeah, at this point I just click Scald and Aeroblast can miss if I remember right. Isn't it like 95% accurate? I'm pretty sure it's 95% accurate. Yeah, it's 95% accurate. So I'll go for Psyshock into Venusaur. I actually saw a comment that said that suggested me trying out Earth Power. I might try out Earth Power on the Lugia because Earth Power does seem pretty interesting, I think, overall, because Earth Power does have some nice usage while Psyshock doesn't really hit as much, but I think I still like Psyshock overall just because it's like just a good amount of it's stab, which is nice, but I think Earth Power could be interesting. I gotta look over what I really want to hit with Psyshock when I was using Lugia in the first place. Earth Power hits like Pokemon like Stakataka, Tapu Koko, the Incineroars, which is pretty nice. I think it might be a a thing to look into for this team. I might change it to Earth Power later, but yeah, I think Psyshock's also okay. I think Psyshock is okay. I'm trying to remember what it hit. I think it was no, it wasn't Toxic because I have Aeroblast anyway. What was the Pokemon I was trying to hit? It wasn't Amoonguss either. It wasn't Venusaur either. What was I trying to hit? There was like a Pokemon I was like looking at that was like, oh, I probably want Psyshock for it just in case, but I can't really remember it too much. I mean, it is nice because it does guarantee the knockout on Toxicroak without me needing its Z-Tailwind up. But Earth Power might have more usage, especially, but I gotta look up the calc again. I gotta look up the calc for Earth Power on certain Pokemon, because if Earth Power doesn't knock out Tapu Koko, it's I don't know if it's worth. I also don't think the team has too bad of a Stakataka matchup. Or the other Pokemon in Incineroar, I mean, I'm relying on Kyogre usually regardless. Let's speak our last opponent from Canada, 1622 rating, with the Lunala Kyogre matchup. Okay. Lunala Kyogre matchup is always the interesting one here. I think I want to go Tapu Koko, Gengar, Lugia, probably. Incineroar is really good against this team, but I just don't feel like I bring it. I guess the question is, what does my opponent bring? Kartana's good against my Kyogre, but really that's it. It kind of loses to everything else on my team. So I think Kartana stays in the back. I think you're bringing Lunala, your own Tapu Koko. Maybe your Tapu Lele comes. Because I could see Tapu Lele coming for sure. And Kyogre? Maybe like an Incineroar over the Lele. I just don't think you bring Kartana. I just don't think Kartana does that much. Again, it really only hits my Kyogre and doesn't really do much against the rest of my team. So, I mean, I don't really need Incineroar, if that's the case. Do I need my Lugia? I mean, my own Kyogre. Probably. Helps against the Incineroar. Want to go Tapu Koko, Gengar. I don't want to bring Incineroar. I'm not gonna bring Incineroar. Even though if it's Z-move Lunala, like I think I feel like it'd be a really good option. Actually, there could have been some other plays I could have done. Maybe I could have let in my own Incineroar plus Tapu Koko Sky Drop switch out into my, or U-turn out into my Gengar and Shadow Ball. That could have been a good option against my opponent overall. But I'm not exactly too sure because I haven't really played too much against this team. So we'll see how this goes. Lunala Tapu Koko does lead, and that's no surprise of a lead here. So we will lead our Tapu Koko plus Gengar. It might have actually been better to bring in Incineroar just because it would actually have been a good switch in, which is what I was thinking. Oh, it's Electric Seed on the... Okay. I forgot to check whose Electric Terrain went up first. What can I do here? I could go for Nature's Madness, which is tempting. I could Electro Web right here. I think you Tailwind here and you Sky Drop if you have it with Tapu Koko. I'm thinking it's an Assault Vest Tapu Koko with Sky Drop. So I'm thinking I go for Electro Web. I wish I saw if my Tapu Koko was faster. Because I do want to break that potential... Yeah, I think I'm going to go Kyogre here and just Electro Web. Yeah, I think that's my play. I really wish I saw the speed tier. That was something I was telling myself in team preview. Check the Tapu Koko speed tiers, but I forgot. So we will bring out the Kyogre here. We're gonna see the Lunala actually retreat, which is perfect for me. Incineroar comes out. Oh, is this an attempt to Sky Drop into the? I think this is an attempt to Sky Drop here. This is an attempt to Sky Drop. Ah, you just Electro Web. Tapu Koko avoids, but I mean, my Kyogre took damage anyway, and the speed drop doesn't really matter too much. Hopefully my computer's not lagging because it feels like it. We both miss our Tapu Kokos, but I kind of, like, I wouldn't have minded if my both Tapu Kokos got hit. It would have actually been better for me. Now I'm in a bit of an awkward spot. So, yeah, Incineroar coming out. I guess it's a question of, like, can you hit my Kyogre for a knockout? I think that's the question. I think I'm just going to protect Kyogre here and just attempt an Electro Web. We might see a Fake Out. I think that'd be fine. I just want to scout if the Tapu Koko actually has like a Wall Charge or a Thunder. I'd imagine it does, but just to be safe, we're going to see a Fake Out come out. It does target down the Tapu Koko. I think it's a Wall Charge, yeah. Okay, so it's a Wall Charge for him. What also sucks there is I could have the Electro Web miss is actually really huge because I could have also Volt Switched out this turn. Like, I'm thinking of going to Lugia here. And I could have Volt Switched because I wouldn't have needed this Electro Web I'm going for now. Because then I could have Volt Switched in Kyogre, and then I would have been able to threaten the Tapu Koko with a Scald. So we'll go into Lugia right here. We'll go for an Electro Web. Which, yeah, that's definitely Assault Vest Tapu Koko, Christian Incineroar, but doesn't really matter too much. Wall Chart's also gonna hurt. Oh, goes for Electro Web again. My Tapu Koko avoids, so. I mean, Tapu Koko's not the Pokemon I need, though. I guess I could go Incineroar potentially, my Kyogre here, but yeah, you're gonna U-turn out into the Tapu Koko. You're probably gonna bring out your Lunala. Let's see. My Lugia took an Electro Web. I wonder if I'll survive anything else. I mean, if I can get a Tailwind up, that'd be really good. Kyogre gonna come. Okay. I don't think you're Scarf though. Are you Scarf? I think that's the question. Because if you're Scarf, I think I might just lose right here, and I don't think I have a safe switch in. Yeah, it is my... Yeah, my Tapu Koko, I guess, didn't take an Electro up, so that helps, but, like... I think I'm just gonna go for a Volt Switch in a Kyogre and Z-Tailwind here. Even if Kyogre protects, that's fine. I just don't think a Wall Charge will knock. We're gonna see the switch out from the Tapu Koko, and Incineroar gonna come back out to play. And that's fine. Intimidate's not really gonna matter. I'm a special Tapu Koko regardless. Maybe my opponent thinks I'm a special Tapu Koko. I mean, my opponent just let me get a Volt Switch off into Kyogre, I guess. So that's good damage. I really hope the video's not lagging because it's like seems slow to me. We'll go into Kyogre here. We have the pressure. And that Kyogre, I think that Kyogre looks like it's 4 HP just because it's really just, it didn't take the Volt Switch well at all. I know we're electric terrain stuff, but even still. Oh, a Z move coming out from my opponent's Kyogre. Is this in a Lugia? Yeah, Hydro Vortex gonna come out. Why is the video slowing down? Yeah, it's definitely my computer. Let's hurry down Lugia. Does obliterate it. Alright. Not the worst case though. We can go my Tapu Koko here. Alright, Waltarium on the Kyogre. I guess I should have assumed it was Waltarium. It wasn't like I had another play anyway because I couldn't really switch out because somebody was taking a big hit. I guess the question is, well, if Electric Terrain's going to disappear, that helps me. I think I'm going to go for Electro Web here and just protect. Actually, I don't like the play. You're going to go Tapu Koko here for your Kyogre, I think. Yeah, makes sense. And I think you're just going to fake out my Tapu Koko. Or you might fake out my Kyogre because you don't want to lose a Pokemon potentially. Oh, you do fake out. Okay, nice. So that really helps actually. I will be able to get a Electro Web off into my opponent's side. Okay, that helps actually. And now I can go for a Mystic Water. I think Water Spout will knock out after I Nature's Madness, because I think that's what I gotta go for. I think it should be able to knock out with the Mystic Water. Even if the Tapu Koko has investment, I think I should be fine. As long as I hit the Nature's Madness #1. I don't know if Incineroar's going to stay in or switch out. Kyogre can't really switch in, and if you bring out your Lunala, you lose your Shadow Shield. So not really the most optimal thing. So we will be able to get a Nature's Madness off into Tapu Koko. I mean, I think the Water Spout should knock out the Tapu Koko in theory. Yeah, it's Mystic Water boosted, so I would assume so. We crit the Incineroar when it mattered. We do knock out the Tapu Koko, which is huge. Absolutely huge. My opponent's gonna bring out my opponent's Lunala plus the Kyogre. Yeah, so we're in a pretty good spot. I could probably just Sky Drop the Lunala and go for Thunder and the Kyogre, which I think makes the most sense to me. Because, well, it depends on if the Kyogre is timid or not. If the Kyogre is timid, I guess that's a bit questionable. I think my play is always to double up the Lunala with Electro plus Scald here, just in case there's a. Yeah, I think I always make this play because I think it's my safest option. Maybe I should have Water Spouted. I'm just worried because like it just depends on what you do here. Yeah, my opponent doesn't protect here because Kyogre can't really be threatened. I don't think Volt Switch would have gotten it. Let's bring the Kyogre really low though because it is a critical hit, but I don't think the critical hit really mattered unless I did go for the Water Spout option. Oh, I'm faster than Kyogre. I thought it might have been timid Kyogre. Scald will come out. Lunala does a good amount. Let's get a burn, but I don't think that's really going to matter too much here. Tailwind does come out from my opponent. Let's see what the attack is from the Kyogre. It's going to be Thunder. Okay. That won't knock out my Kyogre, will it? I don't think it does. Oh, it does. X. I might have messed up the end game. Did I? I think I did. Depends on one if the Kyogre has Origin Pulse. Okay, maybe if the Kyogre doesn't have Origin Pulse. I'm not sure if Scald shouldn't knock out Tapu Koko. You would have to double it up. Tapu Koko might even survive the Origin Pulse. I'm gonna Sludge Bomb and Electro Web. Or do I Icy Wind here with Gengar? Because I think Icy Wind Gengar makes a lot of sense. Actually, no. I think I Icy Wind. Yeah, I Icy Wind Electro Web. Because if Icy Wind puts the Lunala into range of Burn knockout, I think I win the game. Unless you have Wide Guard with Lunala, but I don't think it'll carry wide. Or Tapu Koko is just faster in general. What? Okay. Wasn't the Kyogre only at -1? We critted it again, but yeah, the crit doesn't matter. Like 2 Electros would have finished off the Kyogre at the range it was at. Lunala goes for Psyshock. The reason I Icy Winded here is because if Icy Wind is able to finish out the Lunala, which it should, yeah. I feel like Icy Wind might have... I wanted to burn Matter because I feel like maybe Icy Wind would have finished out the Lunala regardless. And if I knocked out the Lunala, like let's say my opponent was able to get attacked with Kyogre, knocked out my Tapu Koko. Basically, my opponent had to double up a slot. I don't think Origin Pulse actually knocks out my Tapu Koko at the range I was at. You would have to double up a slot. As long as I hit, let's say as long as I hit both moves. Electro Web covers the Kyogre, also brings the Lunala to the range where I want it to be. Basically, -2 speed, gets KO'd by Volt Switch. And if you double up my Tapu Koko slot, Icy Wind, I'm hoping either A, knocks out your Lunala, or B, puts into the range where Burn knocks it out and hits your Kyogre, so it's at -2 speed, and then Gengar just outspeeds it even if you're under Tailwind. So that's basically what I was going for in the end. Wasn't expecting it to be a slow Kyogre, because apparently it was a slow Kyogre. I remember, I'm pretty sure that team's like a team that Alex Agloza built, and I remember like the last version I saw of it had Timid Max Speed Kyogre, which is why I played the way I did. Also didn't expect the Thunder to actually knock out my Kyogre, so that I guess was a downfall side. Although if my Kyogre survived on the field and my opponent had Origin Pulse, I think that made the situation actually worse for me because you got to double up my Tapu Koko and go for Origin Pulse the following turn, and then you get to do the same thing to my Gengar regardless. So yeah, maybe it helped me, maybe it didn't, who knows. But thank you all for tuning in today's episode of VGC 2019 Back to Battles. We are able to get, I think that's 4 wins in today's episode. That's kind of insane. But if you enjoyed it, please leave a like down below, shows the support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social media, the sites, here's my channel, all that. I think I could have probably played that last game a little bit better. I guess I ended up getting lucky with the Tapu Koko after all. After the misses in the beginning were actually hurting me more than helping me, but I guess it made up for it. But yeah, otherwise, maybe I feel like there are a few plays. I can't remember the specific turns, but I feel like there were better plays. But enough about that. I'll look at it in the editing section. But you can check out my social media down below. Follow me on my Twitch channel for VGC 2019 live streams, as well as you can check out the team down below if you want to try it out. There's a paste pin of it down below if you want to check out the Eevee spreads and stuff. And if you want to support the channel even further, there is my Patreon page link down below. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below as well, as that really helps me out, and I do read them. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for today's episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.